Welcome to this crash course on OpenAI's text completion. I am super excited to show you around. So if you are, please join me and let's get this thing started. All right. So the first thing I need to do is to go to npm and install OpenAI's npm's package. So I will do yarn add OpenAI. So that should install the package. Done. I can confirm that by checking my package.json, and here it is. I'm going to close that. And so now let's get started. The first thing I need to do is to grab that the configuration and the actual OpenAI's API. So let's do that. Configuration equals to require OpenAI. So in here, I'm going to grab the configuration, and the API. These two. All right. Next, I am going to I'm going to configure the configuration. So I would say constant configuration or config. If I can spell well, config equals to new configuration So inside this configuration class, I will add my API key. I have stored my API key like within my computer, so you wouldn't see it, but I will talk a little more about it. But let me type this out. OpenAI key. So you would need an OpenAI key. Okay, so how do you get that? Let me show you how to grab that. Okay, we'll go to the internet. We'll go to OpenAI Playground. I'm going to click the first link, and on the top left, I'm going to click Personal, View API Keys. So I have all these API keys. So you can create a new API key. If you like, give it a name, it's optional, and then say Create Key. If you don't have an account, you can create an account. Okay, so that's how you grab the API key. Now, I would recommend that you don't put the API key directly here. Okay, find a place to hide it and then reference it here, because that's what I'm doing here. All right, so what's next? So now that we have configured, we have our configured, tongue twister. Next, we would use that configuration. We'll pass that configuration to our API. So constant open AI equals to new OpenAI API config. We'll pass that configuration that we just did. Now, that is all with configuration. So let's get started on the actual test completion. So I'm going to create a function that will hold everything. Okay, so I'll call it createTextCompletion. So that's my function. And now within it, I'm gonna await OpenAI as this guy, this variable, OpenAI dot create completion. I'm gonna pass that a couple of things. Now, you see this squiggly mark is complaining because here we need to add async to be able to use await. So we need to do a couple of things here. The first thing we need to do, we need to specify the model. So say model. I'm gonna use the text Da Vinci 003, and I think that is the latest free model and one of the probably the cheapest or one of the cheapest. So comma, next is my prompt. So this is the prompt that I'm gonna pass it. So this way I'm gonna ask my questions. So for now I'm gonna say hello. Next, I'm gonna do max tokens. So max tokens is basically the number of words we want to we want to limit our response to. Okay. So let me say 100 here, and then temperature. Temperature is how different, how random do you want the model to be? Okay, so for example, if you ask it, if you say what is like, if you ask it to write you something about, let's say a poem, and you ask it that same question again, the more the temperature, the more the number in that temperature, the more randomness that your poem will be. So I'm gonna do like 0.1, 0.2 for randomness. Okay, and that's really it. That's one of the basic ones. Like, these are the two things that are required. These are optional. So that is it, guys. So what I would do is I am going to get the response and store it in this variable called response. And I'm gonna console.log it. So response. Let's run it. Let's see what happens. So let me clean this up. Now to run this, and all I need to do is say node, then I'll give it the name of the file. I'll hit enter. Well, tada, I have done everything correct, but I haven't actually called the function. So I need to actually call this function to run it. So let me call it text completion. No, create text completion. Here we go. So this way I'm calling the function. Now let's run this again. Node text completion. Hit enter. So you see, that means we got an error. I think we got an error. It's telling me that I have given it the wrong API key, and that is correct because I defined my API key using a different variable. So it's OpenAI. Yes, this is my variable. And as you can see, how I tell is here. Incorrect API key provided. So let me run that again. Let me clear this and run that again. So node text completion, hit enter. And here we go. So we got a bunch of stuff, but all we really care about is this object, data object. So what I can do is I can say response.data choices. And let me show you what this is. But eventually, it's gonna be, this will actually be the one that will get the response. Will actually just show you. Oh, okay. I got an error. Oh yeah, this is an error. This is not a response. So yeah, max tokens. I gave it a string instead of a number. So that will not work. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna hit enter. Finally, we have a response. Hello. Hello. This is the response. It says, I said hello. It says, Walt, my name is John Smith. I'm a student at the University of California, Berkeley, blah, 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 blah. That is the response. That means everything now, it's working as it should. So let's ask it probably a more decisive question. What is the capital city of Nigeria? Let's run the file again. So node text completion.js. I'll press enter. And here we go. The capital city of Nigeria is Abuja. What else can we ask it? Write a short poem about a rabbit who is celebrating his birthday, right? As though rabbit do that. But you can imagine, you can be as creative or non-creative like I'm doing now with this. So let's see that. It's thinking. Here we go. A rabbit so small, on his birthday he will bawl, he will hop, and he will jump and have lots of fun. Blah 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 blah, and all of that. Really awesome. There is I think there's this stream option that I like. Let's try it. Stream. Let's say true. If this works correctly, this will stream the output. So let's try again. Okay, let's clear this noise. Node text completion. Okay, cannot read undefined 0. Okay, so there's more configuration to it, but I'm not worried about this. This is what I really want to show you, a quick crash course on OpenAI's text completion. I really hope I enjoy like you do. This is something that I'm toiling with recently, and I thought I would share this with you. Let's run it before I say goodbye to you to make sure that everything is back to normal. It's thinking. Here we go. It's created this. So again, thank you very much for watching with me, for hanging on with me. If you enjoy it, please give this video a like, share this video, and most importantly, give me hit that subscribe button, and much more importantly, hopefully this video will benefit you in more ways than I can think of. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later.